Welcome to America.
Well, here we go.
I think we like
Good evening. This is the May 11th meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. First up, we have an extension.
Appeal 2021-008, Kevin Goodale, 76 Sound Avenue, Bating Hollow, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-12-2-1, RA80 zoning, for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 23, where proposed side yard setback is 10 feet and minimum required is 30 feet, where proposed combined side yard is 26.75 feet and minimum required is 65 feet, and where proposed impervious surface coverage is 23% and maximum permitted is 15%.
Do I hear a motion?
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Barnes?
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo? What's that?
Yeah, you got to read it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair, respectfully, we received a letter from the applicant. In response, I move as follows. I move that the appeal of Kevin Goodale, originally granted March 11, 2021, which expired on May 11, 2022, be granted non-pro-tunc, 2 consecutive one-year extensions from March 11, 2022 to March 11, 2024, without any further extensions.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Barnes?
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo?
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So the extension has been approved.
Very good.
Okay, now we have a reserved decision for Appeal 2022-049, Tomcat Realty Holdings, LLC, 901-932 Scott Avenue, Calverton, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-135.20-01-01, PIP zoning, for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301-186B10, where 85.8% of the required parking is located within the front yard, maximum is 25%. Chapter 301-186B10, where parking within the front yard is 15 feet from the south property line, minimum required is 25 feet. Chapter 301-259D1, exterior lighting, where building-mounted lights at 25 feet and pole-mounted lights at 35 feet, maximum permitted is 16 feet. And Chapter 301-259D2, where proposed exterior lighting will trespass onto adjoining property not permitted. Appeal was last heard on January 26, 2023.
Okay, we'd like to answer that with our counsel, Anne Marie.
Thank you. So, as the Zoning Board of Appeals is aware, Town Board was lead agent. They declared it a Type 1 action with coordinated review by Resolution 875 of 2022. The Zoning Board of Appeals heard the matter again on 1/26, 2023, reserved decision awaiting the Town Board determination of significance. The Town Board issued the negative declaration by Resolution 326 of 2023. I'll also recite for you that the New York State Parks, Recreation, and Historical Preservation reported no impact. Suffolk County Planning Commission reported it was a matter for a local determination. New York State DEC recited it was not within the wild scenic recreational rivers nor wetlands, and so the zoning board is free to move forward based upon the negative deck and the reports that were issued related that to the coordinated review.
Okay. Who's got it?
We have this, I don't have this.
We can, I don't know, I'd like to add, Mr. Chairman, that we approve in accordance with the application sketches with amendments thereto, if any, as filed with the building inspector. Good?
Okay. Second.
Mr. Barnes?
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo?
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Appeal's been granted. Thank you.
Next up is Appeal 2022-039 HK Ventures, 4285 Middle Country Road, Calverton, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-116-1-2, Industrial C zoning for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301-123A, where proposed impervious surface coverage is 65.51% of the total lot area and maximum permitted is 60%, and where proposed building height is 38 feet to center line of roof peak and the maximum is 30 feet. This was adjourned from April 13th, 2023.
All right, Counselor, just state your name and your address, please.
Good evening, Matthew Ingber from the law firm of Brown, Altman, and DeLeo, 538 Broad Hollow Road, Suite 301, Melville, New York. The applicant is respectfully requesting an adjournment for tonight's application. We did receive the secret finding statement a few days ago, so they would like to review that determination before proceeding with the with this application.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think we have any problems with that. Anybody out in the audience have a problem with that? Nobody? All
Is
right.
anybody on Zoom?
What's the next meeting?
Next one is the 25th, but we're closed.
Yeah, we're kind of close for that meeting, so it'll
So it'll
be
be June 8th.
June 8th? June 8th is good.
June 8th is good? Good.
Yes, all right. Thank
All
you.
right. All right, Counselor, let's hear a motion to move this along.
Tracy, is there anybody that wants to be heard?
Oh,
Is there anybody on Zoom that would like to be heard?
It's being adjourned.
No, I know, but I'm just.
still, if they want to say
Three
anything.
people and nobody's speaking on it.
Anybody want to be heard on this matter? Please unmute. Speak up.
No.
Okay, let's move on.
Good.
All right, off we go.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Do we take a vote? No, you can- no.
Good evening.
Okay, Appeal 2023-020, 644 Roanoke Avenue, LLC, 644 Roanoke Avenue, Riverhead, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-126-4-3, Professional Business Zoning for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301-222E, where proposed addition increases gross floor area within a required side yard, and which represents an increase in degree of nonconformity
Please get this.
of a pre-existing nonconforming dwelling not permitted, adjourned from April 13th, 2023.
Next week.
Hi, Ms. Bennett.
Good evening.
Hello.
Kelly Bennett, 1257 Udall Road, Bay Shore, New York, 11706.
Okay,
I'm here tonight on behalf of the property owners of 644 Roanoke Avenue. We've actually made a special permit application and been before town board, so we do have a resolution that was adopted back in March. This application is a proposed two-story rear addition, approximately 20 by 16. The proposed addition is currently, we're proposing that it follow the existing non-conforming setbacks of that dwelling. The existing, I have a lot more information rather to clear up from the prior hearing, but the existing first floor, each unit is exactly the same, a mirrored layout of 715.4 square feet. Each unit consists of one bedroom, one bath, and a living and kitchen area. So the proposed addition is the proposal of 338.9 square feet to each floor, both first and second, and that would allow for each unit to be a proposed three-bedroom, one existing. So the rear addition is for the two bedrooms on each unit. We did do some extra calculations just to clear up any concern based on some zoning analysis items. So our existing FAR right now is 0.26. The proposed FAR would be 0.35, and we are allowed the 1.5. That is for the FAR. So the actual increase to gross floor area is a 47% increase. So existing square footage versus what we're proposing is a 47% increase. The reason why we are proposing the addition in this location, as I stated, we are trying to utilize the outside footprint of the existing dwelling. There is a driveway that goes from Roanoke back through toward the Elton Place. So any type of side addition for us, if we were to maintain the 15 feet, would impact that driveway and seems to be a much less aesthetically pleasing and conforming in terms of design in the neighborhood. So I do have updated plans. There were some minor concerns about the interior, so we fixed all of that. Hopefully this will make things more clear. So I hope I should have enough for everybody. If you want to pass, I guess we'll pass them, it would be easiest.
Let's just keep on passing it down the road here.
And then I have some larger sets.
Are they two apiece or just one?
2 pages.
One set's fine.
Two
We don't
pieces?
need the larger set.
Okay.
That's it.
This is that existing layout that we ended up confirming and finding, showing the existing layout, if anybody would want that.
You want to sit down on one of those chairs and
Sure.
speak into that mic on the table so we can get it on the record, please?
Right on the table, those are mics.
Oh, okay, perfect. So the larger set is a little bit easier, obviously, to read, but what we've done is grayed out the existing portion of the house, so then the addition kind of stands out a bit clearer on the large set in terms of where that actual new work is going. So again, that rear addition is about 20 by 16, and this is gaining the 2 bedrooms. What we did change mostly was the proposed second floor plan. We removed some walls, this way it wouldn't lend itself to even remotely being able to be converted into any other type bedroom, and has a nice big open living area. The existing layout of that first floor plan did have the access to the bathroom in the one existing bedroom, but we did change that, keeping into consideration the board's concerns about that layout, having to access the bedroom to get to the bathroom. So that would be accessible again from the hall. So that is basically it. We are trying to keep in character the property located right next door to us, which is 648 Roanoke, does have a very similar rear addition. So this is what's triggering the variance is the fact that this is in fact following the non-conforming setback. And if you look at the driveway and where everything is, it really, if we maintain or proposed anything, keeping the required 15 feet of a side yard, we cut right into the driveway and basically almost split that property up where I don't even think it would be an attractive design. We did go before the Preservation Landmark Committee.
Right.
We do have that approval, so I have copies of that approval as well to submit to the board, as well as our town board resolution. I also did confirm that so when my clients, when they purchased this back in '21, they did apply for the first rental application. So that was back, I want to say, February of '21. That did since expire. I alerted her to that fact. That took place, the last hearing really is the rental application came up. So they got that refiled May 3rd, just pretty much last week or so. So they have that resubmitted, so they're in compliance there. Obviously, would change per bedroom count. So again, just to kind of, the allowable max square footage, the architect has really broken everything out down at the bottom on the page 1 here. So anything in terms of zoning and existing square footage proposed, and all of the calculations are written out down there.
Okay, I have questions.
Yes.
Do you have currently tenants in there now?
There is currently one tenant in
First
the
floor, second floor?
upstairs unit,
Okay.
and they have been, I guess, tied up in a very bad eviction process.
So they're still living there?
They are.
So your client is prepared to start construction
Well, that was the hope.
if the eviction takes place?
that was, the hopes would be that she would have been out prior and we would have been
Right.
rolling a little bit quicker, but
So the eviction's in the process?
Yes.
It may take another year, it might take 6 months, whatever the case may be.
at this point, what the attorney updated me most recently, I guess she had applied for some type of assistance, and that assistance ends, she was supposed to be out April, so that she only has assistance for 1 more month, so that's all she's covered for.
She being the tenant.
She being the existing current tenant, that's.
And when you
that-
say assistance, does that mean to move to another facility? Or assistance to
No, I
stay in
just
this
think
particular
financial
one?
assistance so that the rent gets paid,
Is
one
it-
more month.
Is the rent in default?
It is.
Even though I know that you're doing an eviction, but sometimes it's for different reasons, but in this case, it's for the rent. not
It was
being
for the
paid.
rent,
Okay.
yes.
So if she paid her rent and she's up to date, they still want her out?
Oh, yes, yes, and these tenants.
Only because they want to do construction, I take it.
Well, not only that, it's been a problem for, the surrounding neighbors as well. They were not the best of tenants and
Okay.
very neighborly.
So
So,
let's continue on. The town board, they reviewed it with you?
Yes.
And where are they standing on this?
so we had gotten pretty much our town board approval, however, we always were.
They haven't voted on it, though.
As,
Did they do a resolution to approve it?
as far as I knew, yes, the resolution to approve it was
Anne
adopted.
Marie, is that true?
No?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. I wonder what it
So
is.
I want to know, do you have a resolution approving the special permit for the expansion of the non-conforming
The
pre-existing
special
use?
permit, yes.
Do you have a special permit in your possession?
No, we do not have a
So you
special
have no
permit in our hands.
approvals?
Well, it said adopted resolution, and they mailed a whole packet.
Well, then, can you find the adopted
Oh,
resolution?
yeah, I actually have it to submit.
wanna clarify
And it
this.
might not be a formal approval, being that we had to go to zoning. I don't know how that
Oh.
would have worked.
Well,
but
get that baby out, let's take a look at it.
How do I,
I
So-
know it was declared as a type 1 and with
Action.
no
Right,
financial impact or any kind of
right.
hardship. Let's see, okay. So, I actually have copies of the rentals and everything to submit.
We don't
to
need the
board.
rentals.
Okay.
That's why you got
So
code
let's take
enforcement.
that out. So, this was duly declared adopted by the board.
Okay. Could you give one copy to our counselor?
I only have that one.
Okay, I'll
to
pass it along.
submit, if you don't mind. I'm
So
sorry
this was
about
March 23rd. It's scheduled a public hearing on March 22nd. So you had scheduled a public hearing. So you had the public hearing, did
that.
you?
Yes, we actually were before the town board
Okay.
for a work session and two hearings.
So you had the hearings, but you don't have a resolution of the town board approving it that I see so far.
Would that be because zoning was pending?
There's a possibility that they may have held up waiting for our approval.
That was where, the impression that, because when we left that meeting, it was,
Classify special
go
permit,
get through zoning and then,
type 2 action. Sure, environmental, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you got referred. So it doesn't seem you have all the approvals, but I'd like Anne Marie to take a quick look at
Yeah,
this.
to
Did
the
you pass
best
that out to the
of
council?
my knowledge, the town board did not render a final determination.
Correct, that's why I wanted to know where you stood with them.
okay.
I mean, I could ask them myself. We're both facing the same issue. Should we allow an expansion of a physical building? It's not the use, it's just the structure itself. Shall we allow that
Yes,
to take place? So keep in mind that that area is mostly specifically, the intention of the change of zones there were to promote more office space than anything else, than two-family residences. But this is an expansion of a use that's already existing.
exactly.
To what advantage do you see your clients having expanding this space?
Well, what they would like to do is gain something more in favor and in character with someone who wants to live and enjoy being part of a community in terms of school districts and everything that the village of, town of Riverhead rather has
Right,
to
right.
offer. And with them being one bedroom, units right now, there really is no way to attract an actual family. It being, you know, a legal non-conforming two-family, this is, you know, their hope and their thought process.
Right, and that's fine.
Would be to really improve the property, the character, and the community. It was, the way it was explained to me was that it was designated as, because it was allowed to be kept as the legal non-conforming to in
Right,
that
I
zone.
understand that.
You know, the town kind of feels value in that, and it is a very rundown, you
Building.
know, property that really could use some love,
So-
and it would be nice.
So would you, are you representing that these people will try to maintain this property after they expand it?
Oh,
And-
100%.
and- Because do they have other rental properties right now?
They do not have,
But they plan on being in business to do this stuff, correct?
well, 100%. They
Yeah.
are this is an investment project, you know, obviously for them,
understand.
something that's, you know, they really would love to get this under wraps, especially because of the kind of negative history on the property and with the tenants. I did gain close relationships with some of the neighbors. You know, it wasn't the best to start with, but
Right, I understand.
Mr. Rainella did end up writing a letter of support, which I also
It's
have
good,
right
you
here
can
to
submit that for the record.
Yep. And again, if you were, I don't know if anyone visited the property, walked to the end of the driveway or went down Elton, but as you could see, 648 Roanoke, although it is cantilevered and open on the first floor, there is a rear addition that comes out to about the same exact, you know, place as ours, and there are other rear additions in that area. So that
Okay.
was the thought process behind placing it here and nowhere else.
Okay, you've answered my questions, and the plans were changed. I would assume the architect put a stamp on it. Is the plan stamped?
These are not signed and sealed. They don't have a
But when you
seal on them.
when you submit them to the building department, you
Oh,
will have them signed and sealed?
100%.
Two sets? Okay, good,
100%.
thank you.
I actually, it was a race against the clock with traffic, and I knew that this was of all importance
Okay.
for tonight, if not prior to tonight. So I just took
Okay.
everything and ran.
All right, anybody else have questions, Mr.
Is there
Chair?
anybody on Zoom?
Somebody's on Zoom.
Yeah. Did you need to speak on this appeal? Karen Kemp? If you'd like to speak, you have to unmute.
This stuff has to go. People have to show up. This is crazy.
Oh, maybe we should contact the supervisor's office and ask them to look into it.
He's in IT at least.
They never answer my email, so maybe you have a shot.
I'll be
Yeah,
here
no, that
tomorrow
was a
morning
long
first
shot.
thing.
He's in IT here.
Is she hearing you?
She was on, is
She
that the one
didn't
that was on
unmute.
before?
She was not on before, she just
okay.
came
All
out.
right, well, I'm gonna leave this open.
Why?
Let's adjourn it to, because what if the woman wants to speak about it?
There's somebody
Karen, can
hanging
you
on the
unmute
line
and let
a
us
little.
know if you were needing to speak on this appeal?
Larry,
Huh?
why can't we communicate?
Wait, is she on now?
Not yet.
That keeps going on and off, but I don't know if that's the volume or the mute. I have no
Karen,
clue.
can you please, no, thank you.
Hi there, I'm sorry. I would just wanted to speak on HK Ventures. I don't know if you've spoken onto that yet. I've joined a little late,
Yes,
I'm
that's been
sorry.
adjourned
That's been adjourned.
to June 8th.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Turn
you.
to June
Bye, Karen.
11th.
Okay, I'll mark my calendar, thank you.
Thank you.
Is it a
Yeah,
little-
Is there
nobody
anyone else on board?
No, nobody else on.
Nobody else on?
I knew she wasn't in my radius, so my,
That's it.
Who's reading?
I don't forget. I don't, you read it.
I don't-
You have it.
I don't have it.
You wanna move?
It's up to you, Fred, you're the chairman.
Yeah.
Let's close it out.
What do you guys
I
want?
mean, they answered all our questions. I don't know how much further you
They
can
changed the
go on.
plans.
Let's
So,
have a reading.
okay, Mr. Chairman, I move that the appeal of 23-20, 644 Roanoke Avenue, LLC, tax map number is 600-126-43. It's in the Professional Business Zoning District for variances and relief from the Town Code, Section 301-222E, where the proposed addition increases gross floor area within the required side yard, which represent an increase in the degree of nonconformity of a pre-existing nonconforming dwelling not permitted. be in accordance with the sketches and applications, and building inspector be approved.
Second.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
Yes, and one more,
Yes, you may.
subject to the grant of the special permit.
Okay, that should be in there, yes. Subject to the special permit of the town board. So move.
Second.
Second.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
Mrs. Gazillo?
Aye.
Mr. Barnes?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So the appeal has been...
Aye.
Subject to special permit.
100, it'll be my first phone call
You did a very
tomorrow.
nice presentation.
Yes.
Well, I really appreciate all of you,
No, no
honestly.
problem.
Nice presentation.
I was
That'll get you
gonna
nowhere.
actually ask,
Yeah, that's right. Don't bring any more of these. I'm only kidding.
you won't see me for anything remotely close.
You're the weekend.
Well, I
Oh,
have
you
faith,
did-
I
you
have
did
faith
well.
in the family
You
that's
did very
doing this,
well.
and I know that they'll keep an eye on it. I really do have faith in them.
I do as well.
I know the family well.
I have faith as well.
Good. Faith is good to have. In the meantime, do I
That's
hear a
true.
motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Accept the minutes?
Yes.